So regarding the ground lease, so you have a land, let's call it the ground, and you have the opportunity to do a build to suit. Build to suit, so there is a sign that says build to suit. So you take the land, put it under contract, you're in the joint venture program, and there's a lot of training I've done, and it's all on the backside. And we did just actually last week an updated training, and it's filmed and it's posted on the JV website. So when we talk to people to tenants that want to come in, we're telling them, and I talked about this in details in the last training also. We tell the tenant, hey, we can do the build out for you on the land. So we can do the build out and we will pay for it. And we're gonna now charge you to lease a fee simple. Fee simple meaning I own the land and the building, you're gonna pay me more rent. It's gonna cover my cost of the purchase and my cost of the build out for you. There is, by the way, a call that we did with Dutch Coffee that I have it on my MP3 because the guy did not want to go on Zoom. Oh no, I have it on my MP3 with one of the JV partners. His name is Alex, and we're gonna post it on the JV website. And you're gonna hear the negotiation because I said, listen, the land is costing us $1.3 million. Not true, the land is costing us about $1 million. You know, I don't mean to be unethical, but it's negotiation tactics. I'm not gonna give him my numbers because he's not giving me his numbers either. And he said, well, it's gonna cost you $1.2 million to $1.3 million to build our building. This is our experience. But then we're willing to lease from you for 15 years. We're gonna pay $160 to $170 per year. So I said, okay, $160 to $170. Now, if you do the math, let's just do the 160 because I'm a conservative guy. 160,000. I told you go times 16. Anybody in the program knows the building will be worth $2,560,000. So if I'm paying $1 million for the land with Alex there, and it's going to cost us, let's say, $1.3 million to do it, that the cost is $2.3 million. It's going to take me 10 months to a year to build it. I have a year of money holding the money. It's a delay. It's going to cost me money, an extra $100K. There isn't much money to be made. $1 million for the land, $1.3 million to build, that's 2.3, 100,000 delay. I still have to pay him the assignment fee. I'm going to be like, not going to make sense. So the first option of me buying the land and building for them to lease at a certain amount, numbers don't work out too well. The other choice is I say, here is the land, you build it, and then they lease from us after they build it, okay? But when they build it, I give them the money, but I get a discount. So he said to me, and you're gonna hear the call, those are a joint venture, you're gonna hear the call. He said, if you let me build it, all you need to give me is $800,000. So you have the land, he thinks I still paid $1.3 million, okay? You just give us $800,000, the number should work for you then. Because at $1 million, let me talk about my real numbers. At $1 million plus $800,000, that's $1.8 million. And they're gonna pay me $160,000 a year. That's $2,560,000. If your cost is $1.8 million minus $2,560,000 minus $1.8 million, the upside is $760,000. That's a 15-year lease. Alex will make $211,000 assignment fee. He didn't do anything. Alex got the land, put it under contract, and you're gonna hear the call. And we're waiting. They're gonna let us know next week. I don't like to jinx deal in advance, but they say they're gonna have a meeting. He said, we're gonna have a meeting tomorrow, and then we're gonna go drive by it, but we're waiting for, I don't know, the CEO or whatever, because they're growing in that area. They wanna approve this location because they're gonna do the build out themselves. So that's the second way to do it. The third way is answering your question. I could just say, hey, listen guys, here is the land, you guys come in and you build it. And we're gonna give you a land lease. And so you pay for it. You just pay for the building. So they say, okay, we're gonna pay. So we're just gonna pay you for the land. How much do you want? And I say, for example, we would like land lease $100,000 a year. If they take it, they like the land a lot, The location is amazing. We actually had 3 calls already in 1 week with 3 different tenants. And I will load up maybe the 3 of them. You could see how they got excited. One of them was a Zoom call, and there's also a coffee company, etc. So why do they like it? The traffic is very heavy, and there are some neighboring tenants that are amazing. And you will hear those that are joint venture on this call, you're gonna hear the analysis of why this lot is so exciting, and it's in Texas, and it's getting so much demand. And you're gonna hear it because when we finish the call, I'm always talking to Alex afterwards. So the third one will be, here's the land, you build, and then you're gonna pay us a land lease. So if a ground lease is available, you asked, what tenants would be interested? Any tenant that builds, that are willing to pay for the build out. How would you do the deal? I'll tell them, take your time, do the build out, I'll give you a year. And I know the build out will cost you money, but you can probably get a bank loan. So instead of paying me lease, you pay the bank loan. And then I'll charge you less because you just have to pay for the ground lease. And by the way, if the land is $1 million and they pay me $100,000 a year, 100,000 times 16 is $1.6 million. I wouldn't mind even charging less, as long as there is maybe 200 to 300,000 extra on the exit. It's all good money, plenty of assignment fee. You'll make 30, 40,000 on the exit. And if the actual lease is gonna be 15 years or 20 years or whatever, more power to him, because he will make 25% on the difference. And that property is cashing out. So I will recap. We can get the land and do the build out for them. We'll charge them a lot more. So I'll have to tell him it's gonna work if it's 180,000. You don't wanna pay more than 160, 170. We're gonna have to talk to 180. Probably I'll get him there, but it's too much hassle. I prefer to buy the land, give them the money, let them build it, give them 10 months to 12 months, and then they start paying me, and the multiplier will go through the roof. When I buy the land and give them the money, where am I gonna give them the money from? Well, if I bought the land and I have an agreement with them, I'll go to the bank and say, look, I have a construction loan coming from a nationally traded company, Dutch Coffee. They're growing like crazy. They want 700 locations right now. All right? They want to grow 700 locations. You can quote me on this. Okay, the third thing is the one where we can do a land lease. You guys build it, you guys pay for it. And the beauty is when they do the land lease, usually after 25 years, they just give us the building. The building becomes ours. 25 years, so you'll be doing a deal like this for your kids or grandkids. I like to do things for me and the kids, all right? So I'll probably flip it right away and move on to another deal.